Hi, and welcome to Pro Tools 11, the new standard for audio production. With all the new big additions to Pro Tools 11, there are a number of smaller but very useful features and workflow enhancements as well. In this video, we will take you through the highlights of these new features. The first area we will cover is some of the new mixing workflow improvements. With Pro Tools 11, we have added a number of new key commands and modifiers to aid in quickly checking and diagnosing your mix. Let's take a look at the inserts first. There are 8 new key commands to bypass inserts. These work in conjunction with what tracks are selected, just like the key commands for mute, solo, record, and input. Shift-A will bypass all inserts, Shift-1 will bypass inserts A through E, and Shift-2 will bypass inserts F through J. These can really aid in checking what your tracks sound like with all processing bypassed, or you can split your processing into 2 different sections of inserts to A/B 2 totally different mixes. There are also modifiers to bypass the different effects categories. Shift-E bypasses all EQs, Shift-C bypasses all dynamics, Shift-V bypasses all reverbs, Shift-D bypasses all delays, and Shift-W bypasses all modulation plugins. You will notice that when EQ or Dynamics plugins are bypassed, channel strip plugins turn purple to indicate that a process within the plugin is bypassed, but not the entire plugin. This is supported in channel strip plugins that include this feature. As an added feature, Control clicking an insert on Mac or Windows clicking on PC will bypass that insert and all inserts after it. There are similar key commands for sends. Shift-Q will mute all sends, Shift-3 will mute sends A through E, and Shift-4 will mute sends F through J. You can also use the Control click or Windows click modifier to mute that send and all sends after it. Another very useful feature of Pro Tools 11 is the ability to double-click in a blank area of the mix or edit window to create new tracks. By using Command for Mac or Control for PC with a double click, you will create an audio track. Control for Mac or Windows for PC with a double click creates an aux. Option or Alt double click creates an instrument track, while Shift double click creates a master. Double clicking alone will create a track of the last type created. Here are the different areas you can double click in to create tracks. This method of creating tracks will put the new tracks into the session. There are other new enhancements to Pro Tools 11. There is a new Click to AAX plugin that has many new click samples as well as the ability to create subdivisions. Click 2, as well as all Avid AAX plugins, are now 64-bit, a requirement for all plugins for Pro Tools 11. The satellite option is now included free with each version of Pro Tools HD 11. Satellite technology allows you to lock together up to 12 Pro Tools HD systems using a simple Ethernet cable. You can also have one of these 12 systems be a standard Pro Tools 11 system for HD video playback, replacing the Video Satellite LE option. The full Video Satellite option is now included free with Media Composer 7 as well. A very handy new feature is the ability to right-click on a plugin to select a preset without having to open up the plugin. This makes switching between presets very quick and easy. You now have the ability to restore previously shown tracks from the Tracks menu. Let's say you have a particular view set up and then just wanted to see a set of selected tracks. You would just go to the Tracks menu from the Tracks list and show selected tracks. Now to get back to the previous view, go back to the Tracks list menu and restore previously shown tracks. This quickly lets the user go from a custom view to another view and back without having to save a track show hide locator first. There is a new Transport Fade-In option with up to 4 seconds of fade. This option is a major request from mixers that have several Pro Tools systems chasing in sync while mixing on a large console. While the Pro Tools systems lock up rather quickly, the console's automation might take a bit to catch up. This fade-in option makes sure that there are no audio blasts while the console automation comes online. There are new visual indicators in the Edit Window toolbar to better show when automation follows edit is active. You can now co-install Pro Tools 11 with Pro Tools 10.3.6 on the same partition. This allows you to work in Pro Tools 11 and easily go back to 10.3.6 without having to reboot your computer. For Mac users, there's a simplified drag-and-drop installer for Pro Tools 11. Just mount the installer and drag Pro Tools to the Applications folder. As you can see, there are quite a few smaller but important additions and enhancements to Pro Tools 11. These features, combined with the larger additions, help make Pro Tools 11 the new standard for audio production.